You're listening to the Father-Son Pick'em Pod.
With your hosts, Seth Taylor and Zayn Taylor.
Let's do this.
Oh my gosh, did you see that?
Oh, what a play!
Yeah. Hello and welcome to the Father-Son Pick'em Pod with your host, the best host in the world, Zayn Taylor, and the second best host in the world, Seth Taylor.
Thank you. That was a great introduction. What makes you the best host in the world, though?
Because I've been doing it for a long time.
You've been doing this for all of 7 days, right? Is that a long time?
No.
Hey, you could be the best. That's great. I like that. It's confidence, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, well, welcome in, everyone. As you can see, we have a little bit of a different setup this week, right? We kind of changed it up.
We like to change our setups.
I would like to pick one setup and just stick with it, though. Maybe this is how we'll be the rest of the show.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, I think so, too. So as Zane said, welcome to episode 2 of the Father-Son Pick'em Pod.
Probably 3 because we did a trailer.
So maybe like 2.5.
Have to.
2.5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so welcome to the second episode. Me and Zane watched a lot of college football yesterday, right?
Yeah.
We started the day with watching some Navy and Notre Dame.
And Notre Dame absolutely crushed them.
They did.
They only scored 3 points.
As expected, though, kind of. We kind of thought Notre Dame would crush that game, and they did. Their new quarterback from Wake Forest, Sam Hartman, looked really good.
Oh, yeah, he did.
He was doing awesome.
He's kind of like the next Patrick Mahomes.
Whoa. Maybe. So, yeah, we watched a lot of games yesterday.
UMass absolutely blew the Aggies out.
Well, they didn't blow them out. We'll get to all that in a minute. First, though, I want to talk about our shirts that we're wearing.
Yeah,
Matchy, right?
We're wearing matchers, forefathers, and our mom allowed us to buy it, so I just have a match with my dad.
So, yeah, these are Forefathers polos. This is the Turf Dad polo.
And make sure to check out Forefathers.
Yeah, check out shopforefathers.com. If you use code TAYLOR, TAYLOR, you will get 10% off your order.
Yeah.
And you can look as cool as me and Zane, wearing matching shirts with your son. They also have tons of other really cool...
Maybe you can start a podcast.
Sure, maybe. They have a ton of other really, really cool polos geared towards dads for all kinds of dad activities and hobbies. This one is the Lawn Dad, Turf Dad polo, where it shows the guy cutting the grass. I really like this one because I love to cut grass, right, Zane?
Yeah. And
when are you going to start cutting grass?
Immediately. If you pay me to cut grass, I'll do it.
If I paid you right now, you would go outside and cut the grass?
Yes.
How much would I have to pay you?
About, let's say, $20.
$20? You'll cut the front and the backyard?
How about 10?
$10 for the front and the back?
I'm not doing the front and the back. I'm just doing the back because we have a backyard wiffle ball stadium.
You just want to cut the backyard wiffle ball stadium and just keep that looking nice.
Yeah, and you'll pay me.
But I only have to pay you $10 to cut the back.
Yeah. I just want a fair deal.
Okay. That trust me, $10 is a fair deal to me. It's not a fair deal to you.
It is a fair deal to me.
No way, dude. You should probably charge me at least $30, $40.
Because it takes forever to cut the grass?
I wouldn't say forever, but it takes some time, and it's super, super hot right now, right? So, okay. Let's talk about some of the games that we watched yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we already talked about Navy and Notre Dame a little bit, right?
Yeah,
we both picked Notre Dame, so bing, bing, we were correct on that one, right?
Mm-hmm.
The second game was UTEP Jacksonville State. Interestingly enough, I don't know if you knew this, Jacksonville State, this was their first game in Division I college football, and it was actually a conference game against UTEP, who's also in Conference USA, and they got the win in their very first Division I game.
Can I tell them the glitch?
What glitch?
UTEP was winning, and then it took away their points, and they were tied, and then...
Well, okay. What happened was the guy caught a touchdown pass, and they called it a touchdown. But then they reviewed the play, and they saw that the ball touched the ground. So it wasn't actually a touchdown. Mm-hmm. So I guess you could call that a glitch or just a dropped pass. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we both picked Jacksonville State, right? Yep, we got that one correct.
Yep.
The next game that went late into the night kind of last night was UMass playing at New Mexico State. We both picked New Mexico State because UMass was not that great last year, and we thought they're not going to do that great. They played awesome.
Yeah, so Auburn's in trouble.
Well, I don't think Auburn's in trouble. Hopefully Auburn is still much better and will get the win, but I was kind of surprised. UMass looked pretty good. Their quarterback was really athletic. He made some plays. Their defense got a pick 6 late in the game.
I hope he gets injured, so he...
No. We don't ever hope anybody gets injured.
I was kidding.
Well, I know, but we don't want anybody to ever get hurt. Right? We hope that they don't win.
I hope he can't throw the ball good anymore.
How about we just hope that he throws a bunch of passes to the Auburn defenders and they get interceptions?
Well, UMass actually got a lot of interceptions in the game against New Mexico
Yeah, they played
State.
really well. So we both missed that one, right? Because we both picked New Mexico State. The next game, Ohio at San Diego State. You picked San Diego State. I picked Ohio, and San Diego State won. So +1 for you now. I didn't really watch, I don't think, any of that game. Don't tap on the mic.
Oops.
We don't want our viewers just hearing bink, 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 bink.
Yeah, that would be
Sorry, everyone.
bad.
But that's okay. Yeah, we didn't watch that game at all, but apparently San Diego State won. So
Yeah.
good for them, right?
Good for me, by the way.
It was good for you. We watched a little bit of this one. Hawaii at Vanderbilt.
And Vanderbilt won.
Yeah, but they only won by a little bit. It was a pretty back and forth game. Hawaii had the lead a little bit. Vandy had lead a little bit. But Vandy ultimately won the game in Nashville. Remember what we saw too at their stadium?
Mm-hmm.
They're like doing all that construction. Kind of weird, right?
Yeah. And they were playing the day they were doing the construction.
Yeah, you would think they would have tried to have that done before the first game, right?
Yeah.
I don't even think we talked about this because I saw it after I think you had gone to bed last night.
No.
No.
Saw it?
I know you saw that, but this part you didn't see. Did you see the video board, like the Jumbotron?
No.
They had a temporary Jumbotron screen that was like just hanging and being hoisted up by like cranes, just like holding it up. There was no like box or anything that it was built into. It was just a screen hanging in the air. That's what they were like showing the instant replay on in the stadium. That's pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah. Wait, how can a screen float in the air?
Well, it wasn't floating in the air. There was like strings and like cranes holding it up high.
Cool.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll get... I did also see like what they're going to be doing, like the construction when it's finished, what it's supposed to look like. And it actually looks really cool.
Yeah.
So maybe when Auburn plays at Vanderbilt next time, we can go up there and check out their new stadium.
Wait, we're going to the Vanderbilt.
Oh, wait, they play at Vanderbilt this year. But I don't think that construction's going to be done by the time Auburn plays.
We're definitely not going to the California game.
No, we're not flying all the way across the country to watch the California game. And that game is so late. You know what time it starts?
What?
9:30 p.m. That's what time it starts.
And it'll be actually daytime when we get back home. Or night again.
When we get back home from where?
If we went to Cal.
Well, we would have to spend the night for sure if we went. But do you think you're going to be able to stay up and watch the game?
Of course.
It probably won't be over till like 1 o'clock in the morning.
That would be cool.
Are you going to try to stay up and watch it?
Yes.
What
Unless
if
I
mom
don't
says you
fall.
have to go to bed?
I'll say, absolutely not. This game is too good.
Well, you have to respect what your mom says and say yes, ma'am. But I will try to sweet talk her and say he can stay up, right?
But Mom will go ballistic.
No, she won't go ballistic. She'll say, okay, he's going to be tired in the morning. And I'll say, well, that's okay.
What if I, stay asleep for the entire day.
Oh, like rest up so that you're ready for the game.
Yeah.
That's smart. Okay. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, what was next? So we both got that one right. The next one was San Jose State, USC. We knew USC was going to win. They dominated.
Yeah.
Like, huge win.
USC.
USC. Actually, did they dominate? Let's see. I might be thinking of another. Yeah, they ended up winning by 28 points. I'd say that's pretty much dominating. But I think it was only a 7-point game at halftime. So, like, they're ranked, what, 6th in the country? If I was the number 6 team and I was only up by 7 at halftime, I'd be a little nervous. What about you?
Of course.
But they ended up winning pretty big. So, that was good for them. Okay, and then the last game yesterday was Florida International and Louisiana Tech. You picked
Florida International, and I lost.
and I picked Louisiana Tech. So, all that being said, you picked 5 games correctly. I picked 5 games correctly, and we both got 1 incorrect. Is that right? Hold on. Well, there were 7 games. Hold on. So 1, 2. Wait a second. I think I messed this up, Zane. Hold on.
Timeout.
All right. So we both got the first one right. We both got the second one right. We both got the third one wrong. Let's see. You got the 4th one correct. We both got the 5th one correct. We both got the 6th one correct. And I got the 7th one correct. So
Hey, Dad, can I do
1,
a
2,
shout out?
3. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So I got 5 right. You got 5 right. And we both got 2 wrong, actually. Okay. You want to do a shout out?
Yeah.
Who do you want to do a shout out to? Make sure you're talking into the mic so I can hear it.
I want to do a shout out to Josh Gooden and Dixon Gooden.
Yeah. Coach Josh and Dixon are awesome. What did Coach Josh say that we should call him yesterday?
We should do a shout out to him.
Yeah, but what did he say his nickname was? Did you hear him say that? But he said call him the card coach.
Because he gives us cards.
Yeah, that's one of the coolest things I've ever seen a coach do. I played for lots and lots of coaches growing up, and no one ever did that. But that was so cool. You were on Coach Josh's fall ball team last year, and tell everybody what he does after every practice and game.
He gives us cards.
What kind of cards?
Old cards.
Some of them are old, some of them are new.
Yeah, can I one time he gave me a 2 Auburn players. One was basketball, one was football. The football one I got a rookie and I have no idea what his name was. And the second one I got a Walker Kessler card.
You have got to talk into the microphone because I'm looking at it right now and I can't see you're talking hardly at all. There you go. That's
Sorry about that.
That's okay. I just want to make sure that everyone can hear you because what you're saying is important and it's good. And if they can't hear you, then they won't be able to hear you. So look, make sure. Look, the red part is the microphone. Most microphones you talking to the top, but these microphones you talking to the side. So hold it up to where the red part is where you're talking into. Okay.
Do you want to do a shout out, Dad?
Yeah. I'll do a shout out, but let me think on it because I think we have several people we want to shout out. And I'll do one later in the episode. How about that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Now let's move on to football.
Let's move on to week 2. Yeah, does that sound good? Actually, one other thing I wanted to talk about. So last week we talked about Auburn's record, what we thought Auburn's record was going to be for this coming season. Obviously, we can't talk about that every week because it would just be talking about the same thing. So I thought it would be fun to talk about like one of my favorite memories when I was like your age growing up as an Auburn fan. Does that sound cool to you?
And I'll tell them mine.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Okay, so what do I have here behind me?
That's a signed Auburn football you got at a wedding.
No. I didn't get it at the wedding. We just put it at our wedding because it was special to me. We put it on my
wedding cake.
On the table where my cake was, yeah. But this ball is from the 2004 undefeated Auburn football team.
Wow.
And in 2004, so what was that, 19 years ago? So I was 10 years old. So I was almost your age. I was a little bit older. Auburn was 13-0 that season. And you know who played for that team?
Who?
Who do you think the running back was?
Cadillac.
That's right. And Cadillac was my number one favorite Auburn player. He's probably in my top 5 favorite Auburn players ever. And now he's coaching, which is super cool because he gets to still
Assistant.
Yeah, but he's still coaching, which is still super cool. I'm just glad that he's still part of Auburn, you know? We want Cadillac to be a part of Auburn like for as long as possible. But anyways, this ball is super cool because it has all of the players. Coach Tommy Tuberville signed it, who's now a senator for the U.S. Senate. So that's kind of cool. And they all signed it, and that's really special to me because it reminds me of the season where Auburn was undefeated. And to this day, I will die on this hill. Auburn should have been in the national championship that year. They weren't. USC played Oklahoma in the national championship and absolutely obliterated them. Now, I will be fair. I think USC might have just obliterated anyone they played that year, including Auburn. But I think Auburn deserved to be in the championship game.
Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you my favorite memory.
Okay. What's your favorite memory? Oh, are you talking about your favorite memory of being an Auburn fan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like 1 year ago, I was my dad took me to a Auburn versus Texas A&M game, and we ran into my best friend Adrian. So I want to give a shout out to him.
Back-to-back episodes with a shout out to Adrian.
Uh-huh.
I think we probably need to have Adrian come on the podcast.
Yeah, and now I'm inviting him to an Auburn opening day game against UMass.
Yeah, he's coming to the UMass game with us. And also Jace is coming.
Yeah, I already give a shout out to Jace, so I'm not going to do that again.
Well, you gave a shout out to Adrian, too.
Okay, fine. I'll give a shout out to Jace.
Well, you can give a shout out to whoever you want.
And Judah, his brother.
Yeah, we love the Chaffins, that whole family.
Yeah,
They're fantastic.
No, back to the football.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's get into it. We've got 10 games, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, and let's just talk about this. We only talked about 7 games, right? Because today is Sunday, and 3 of the games that we picked on last week's episode, they haven't happened yet. So we can't really talk about those games because they haven't happened. So, but here's what's interesting. Before we jump into this week's games, here's what's interesting. We have 3 more games. Nebraska versus Minnesota. We both picked Nebraska. Louisville versus Georgia Tech. We both picked Louisville. So even if we get them wrong or right, we'll still be tied there. But then we have the big game. Florida at Utah. You picked Florida.
You picked Utah.
And I picked Utah. So whoever wins that game will determine who takes the lead in week 1.
And I'm kind of nervous because I want my Xbox.
Yeah, so Zane is really nervous that if I win this week 1, then he's not going to be the ultimate winner. But there's a lot of weeks in college football. So we'll just see what happens, right?
Does it go like up to week 100?
No, it doesn't go to week 100, but it goes all the way to like New Year's, like New Year's Day. Okay, so let's get into week 2. We've got 10 games again. Week 2 is always kind of like not week 2. This is week 1. Last week's games that we picked were week 0, so this is actually technically week 1. Week 1 and week 2 typically don't have a lot of like really, really good games. There are some decent ones, but they're not the best. We'll get in week 3 and 4. We'll start getting into some really good games, some SEC games, some Big Ten games, some Pac-12 games. Pac-10, Pac-12. I can't remember anymore because every conference now is everybody's leaving and going to new conferences. So I don't even know what they're called anymore. But okay, let's pick these games. First game on the list, I know for sure who you're picking, but it's Virginia versus Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Virginia versus Tennessee. The game is being played at the Titans Stadium, which
we've been there.
We have been there. Over spring break, we took a day trip up to Nashville, and we just moseyed over to Nissan Stadium.
And we made our own pancakes.
Yes, the Funky Griddle was that place, and it is awesome. If you're ever in Nashville, shout out to the Funky Griddle.
And you should go there.
Tell them about the funky griddle. What is it like? How do you?
You get to choose what you put in your pancakes. There's like a menu.
Yep.
And I chose M&Ms and white
chocolate chips.
Chocolate chips.
Yeah, so you get like
delicious.
There's a menu of like probably, I don't know, 30, 40 different toppings. And you get to pick some, and then like they bring the batter to your table, and what's in the middle of your table?
A stove.
A griddle, yeah. So it's like a griddle built into the table, and you pour the pancake batter in there, and then you sprinkle your toppings on, and you flip your pancakes and make your food.
Yeah.
And it's super fun, right?
It's like no one's cooking for you.
Well, you cook for yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so you've got Tennessee in that game. I'm also going to go with Tennessee in that game. I think that they're doing really well lately, and they've recruited well. I think
they
they've
almost won the championship against. I was very impressed that Tennessee beat Alabama, and they played one of my favorite Tennessee songs.
Sing a little bit of it for us.
Rocky Top Tennessee.
Sing a good little portion of it.
No.
You don't want to?
You do it.
No. I'm not singing that.
If you told me to do it, you do it.
Okay, well, I don't want to sing that song, but you gave us a good little preview. Okay, so we're both picking Tennessee on that one. Okay, so let me put that in. UT for both of us. Second game, this one I think is actually super interesting, okay? It's played in Fort Worth. It's Colorado versus TCU. So TCU was in the national championship game last year, right?
Yeah,
But Colorado brought in Coach Deion Sanders, and he brought a mess load of transfer portal players to Colorado to revive the Colorado Buffaloes football program. And a lot of people think he's going to have a ton of success at Colorado. A lot of people think it's going to be very difficult for him. And this very first game of the season for them, I think, is going to be challenging.
Let's choose at the same time.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. TCU.
TCU.
No, you're trying to copy me.
No, I'm not.
Were you going to choose Colorado? Be honest.
No.
You were always going to choose TCU?
Yes, because I like the Horned Frogs.
I had a friend that I worked with at a Young Life camp that went to TCU, and this is what they do. They say, go Horned Frogs. They make a little horned frog.
Go Horns.
Yeah, no, that's what Texas does. Go Horns, hook 'em horns. But TCU does this. So we're both going with TCU in that one. That makes sense to me. I think that, like, Deion Sanders is a great coach. He was a fantastic player. I think he's going to make Colorado better, but it's a very, very hard school, I think, to really be the best.
Because TCU is a private school. I
think that's actually right. Are you just making that up and you're hoping it's right? Or you?
No.
I think you're right, actually. So it doesn't really matter. But that doesn't have anything to do with them being good at football or not.
Yeah, but TCU's college is better.
Their campus is awesome too. I've been there. Yeah. So I think Deion Sanders is going to have a little bit of a difficult time having as much success as people think he's going to have so quickly. So, anyways, TCU on that one. All right. The next game is Louisiana Tech versus SMU. That game is being played in Dallas. Who do you have in that one?
Where's Dallas? Texas.
It's actually right near Fort Worth, which is where TCU is. Pull your mic up some so they can hear your pick.
This is a tough one.
Who do you think's going to win? We got Louisiana Tech or SMU. Rhett Lashley is the coach at SMU. He used to coach at Auburn as the offensive coordinator.
Is he a good coach?
He's a great coach. He's a great person. Not that means that he's going to win the game, but I always liked him at Auburn.
I'll pick what teams were?
Louisiana Tech, the Bulldogs, or the SMU. What are they? The Ponies?
SMU.
You're going with SMU? Mm-hmm. What are they called? I know that their mascot Mustangs. Mustangs. Okay, you're
Ponies.
Going. Well, Pony Express was like when they got in trouble a while ago, a long time ago. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. They've made their way out of that. Okay, so I think we're both going with SMU there because that's who I think I'm going to pick as well. So we'll go SMU. Okay, next game we got is Boise State at number 10, Washington. That game is being played in Seattle. Who's your pick on that one?
Seattle, because I love Seattle.
Washington?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Washington will probably run away with this game. Michael Penix Jr., their quarterback, is phenomenal. He had a really, really good year last year. I think he transferred in from somewhere. I don't know where, but he had a really, really good year. I think he's going to do awesome, and they'll probably win this game big. Yeah.
If anyone in Seattle's watching this, I want them to remember me because I went there before.
You did go there when you were really, really little, right?
Yeah, like 1 year old.
Your Lala and your Uncle Matt, shout out to Lala and Uncle Matt, used to live there, and so you went to visit them.
Yeah, and I had my first cookie there.
Really?
Yeah. Well, that's what my mom said. I don't really believe that.
Okay. Well, I mean, maybe. I don't know. Okay, so we're both going to Washington. We're just going to pick all the same on this one. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Middle Tennessee versus Alabama.
Middle Tennessee. We're both going with Middle Tennessee because we both hate Alabama.
Okay. Just because you hate a team doesn't mean that you shouldn't pick them to win when you know they're going to win. Because these picks are not about who we like or don't like. It's about trying to get the right guess, right? And I 100% think Alabama will win this game.
Me too.
So I'm going to pick Alabama.
Yeah, me too.
Although I don't like them. But you have to at least respect the dominance that they've had for however many years, right?
I think I want to go with them because my Nana likes them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I want to give a shout out to her.
Well, Pawpaw likes them too.
And him.
Nana and Pawpaw both graduated from Alabama.
Yep, and
they're big Alabama fans.
They have an Alabama Mickey, and their old dog Roscoe ate the nose off of it.
Does that make you mad?
Absolutely not, because I absolutely love their dog.
Wait, I didn't even know about that. Roscoe bit the nose off of Mickey?
Yeah.
Wait, the Mickey that we have?
No.
We have a Mickey with the Alabama jersey, right?
No, they do.
I thought we had one here.
Oh, yeah, we do.
But it's not that one?
It's not that one.
Okay, that's a funny story, though. So Roscoe just bit the nose off, huh?
You were like this.
I know, it's very funny. Okay, so we're both going with Alabama on that one.
Can I tell them a story?
Of course. That's what we're here for.
Today, my sister Maisie pulled some pictures off the wall, and she started banging it on her thing, and she also ran over with her rocker.
Yeah, so Judah and Zane both did a bunch of drawings that are on the fridge, and Maisie was in her little, what do you call that, a walker, a scooter?
A walker, I think.
It has wheels on it. She walks around the house in it. And she got up to the fridge and just started ripping them off the fridge and was banging them on the little
and turning them over.
Yeah, and then they fell underneath her scooter and she was like rolling over them. And Judah got pretty upset.
And then Dad took them away. Then she was like...
Yeah, I tried to slide them up higher on the fridge and she was just reaching as high as she could.
And Mom called her bad.
Mom what?
Mom called her bad.
Oh, she said bad girl. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Very funny.
And she tried to do it again.
Yeah, she did. Okay, this is kind of an interesting game, maybe a little more than some of the other ones. West Virginia at Penn State. Auburn played Penn State the last 2 years. Penn State beat Auburn both times. Last year was much more of a blowout. The first game was pretty good. Penn State's ranked number 7 in the preseason. But West Virginia, I feel like, always kind of has a sneaky good program. I believe they have a new coach this year. Not sure exactly, but what do you think about that one? West Virginia has historically had a pretty decent football program.
I'll go with West Virginia.
Really? On the road? You think traveling to Penn State they'll be able to get the win?
No, wait.
Go with your pick if that's what you think.
I want to go with that pick.
With West Virginia? Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a good pick.
And who are you picking?
I'm going to pick Penn State. But
why?
That's who I think's going to win. But I think
not going to win.
Well, that's what you hope. That's a good pick, though. I think that game will probably be more interesting than people think. It might be a little bit closer.
You're kidding, right? What? I thought you said this episode was just going to be the same picks.
Well, mostly, but you picked West Virginia and I picked Penn State.
That's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, it will. Okay. This next one I'm super excited to watch. Number 21 North Carolina versus unranked South Carolina.
I'm going with North Carolina because I like Carolina.
You're going with North Carolina?
Yeah.
My the legendary Mac Brown is their coach. He's awesome.
My church teacher goes for the Gamecocks, but
oh yeah, Miss Ashley.
I had to turn against the Gamecocks because I don't like the Gamecocks.
Yeah, but we like Miss Ashley.
Yeah,
she's awesome.
She's a great teacher.
Yeah, she's
and
awesome.
We saw her in the seats while Dad was warming up. I saw her.
You saw her today?
Yeah.
Did you wave at her?
Yeah. Wait, no.
Oh.
Hey,
but
Dad.
You just saw her.
I only stayed in that church for 1 hour.
Today you did.
Yeah.
That's beside the point, though. Okay, let's get back to the picks. So you picked North Carolina?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ooh, man, this is interesting because I really kind of want to pick South Carolina.
Boo.
Ooh, this is tough because I think North Carolina probably overall is better, but South Carolina had a lot of momentum towards the end of last season, and they've had some really good recruiting come in.
Walker Kessler used to play for North Carolina, so it's all obvious for me.
Walker Kessler used to play basketball for North Carolina. That has nothing to do with football.
Yeah, but he still plays for North Carolina.
Walker Kessler is awesome.
Yeah,
he's one of our top favorite players.
He went to the Utah Jazz, and he hardly gets to play.
That's not true. He plays a lot.
We've never seen him play.
Well, that's because we don't watch the NBA too much, but
we loved him when he played for Auburn.
Yeah, and tell him about what you have.
His signed card. He actually signed it.
Yeah, you got a signed Walker Kessler card, which is super cool. All right, you know what? I'm gonna pull the trigger here. I'm gonna go with South Carolina.
What though?
Yep, I'm picking South Carolina. I'm probably gonna be wrong, but I'm just gonna pick South Carolina. Okay. This one probably not so interesting, but maybe University of South Alabama versus Tulane. It's being played in New Orleans at Tulane Stadium. What do you think about that one?
Tulane.
Who?
Tulane. More like too late for Alabama.
Okay. I'm going to go with Tulane, too. So we're both going to go with Tulane on that one. Okay. Coastal Carolina at UCLA.
UCLA.
You going with UCLA?
Yeah, because they're home.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Coastal Carolina. I think they've won 10 games, like several of the last few seasons. They had a quarterback who Auburn, I think, really wanted.
Stop disagreeing with me.
No, disagreeing is good. If we just picked the same games, it wouldn't be interesting at all. Right?
I cannot believe we have so many logos.
Yeah, I made us a bunch of logos. Okay, so you said UCLA. I said Coastal. And the last game that we're going to pick is the best game, probably the first 2 weeks of the season. Number 5 LSU versus number 8 Florida State. It's being played in Orlando, so it's definitely more of a home game for Florida State.
I love Disney, so I'm going with Orlando.
Florida State?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This game last year, the score was 24-23. Florida State, I can't remember if they kicked a game-winning field goal or if they blocked LSU's game-winning field goal. I can't remember, but they won by 1 point. It was a very close game. I don't know. This is a really tough one. I think I'm also going to go with Florida State, though.
Because we love Disney.
No, that's not why I'm. That's not why I'm picking it. I don't really.
Is there a stadium in Disney?
No, there's no stadium in Disney. But
wait, yes, there is. There's a ground that has Mickey on it.
Oh well, that's not real though. You can't really play there. Okay, so let's look at how many we got the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We picked 7 games the exact same, and 3 games we picked differently, which is I think exactly what we did last week. So Ooh, let's see who gets it right and who gets it wrong.
Yeah. And we're using and we switched microphones.
We did switch microphones, yeah, because that one has a longer cord and it needed a longer cord to get over there. Okay, so that's the podcast. That's the Father Son Pick'em Pod for week 1 of college football games. I cannot wait to get into, every Saturday being able to watch football all day, watch Auburn games. We're going to the first one. You know what I like to do though when we don't go to the games? Make a bunch of like fun food, like snack tailgate food and eat it here, like cheese dip and like wings.
And invite friends over.
Yes, mommy doesn't love it as much as me, but I love to have people over, don't I?
Yes.
So anybody in the Chelsea or Birmingham area who wants to come over for game day and eat a bunch of great food and watch football all day, tell them, say, come on.
Come on over. This is your chance.
This is your chance. Okay, before we quit, I've been thinking about my shout out, and I think I know who I want to shout out.
Who?
My good buddy Camp.
Yeah.
Camp is great, right?
We like Camp, and he lives all the way in Georgia, so he is closer to Disney.
He is. Camp was my roommate in college for several years. We actually shared a room one time. We lived in the same room, and we built our beds together, and we've been on many, 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 many adventures together. He was the best man in my wedding, and we love Camp and Callan and Hutton, their son, and Scout, their dog.
Wait, they have a son?
Yeah, we haven't met him yet because they live so far away. This is a shout out to Camp and Callan and Hutton that you need to come to Birmingham so we can meet you. Or I guess we should probably drive to Tifton and meet y'all. But
and make sure to subscribe to us.
I think they already subscribed. Camp told me he listened to the first weeks.
That's good. So thank you, Camp, and
Who do you like better, Camp or Callan?
Camp, if you're watching, make sure Callan subscribes.
Who do you like better, Camp or Callan?
Camp.
Dang, you like Camp better than Callan?
Kind of like them the same, but
Yeah.
Callan's fun.
Callan is fun. She's super sweet and fun. And we love all of them the same, right?
Yeah. Almost every time we go to Disney, we stop by their house.
Yep. Yeah. That's really what the shout out is for, is thanks for letting us always stop and stay at your house when we need a break from the 8-hour drive.
Remember when I tried eggs that weren't scrambled? I was like...
Camp made you a fried egg and you didn't like it.
I was like, ew. What the heck is that?
Yeah, you weren't very adventurous with the eggs. You like scrambled eggs.
And next time, we got cinnamon rolls, which was much better than the egg.
So you would
like that.
you would never say this to Camp and Callan, but you'll say it on the podcast.
Yes. Make sure not to watch this one because...
you just told them to subscribe, and now you're saying don't watch this part. It doesn't matter. They don't care. They'll love you the same either way. Anyways, okay, that's the episode, right? You want to close this out?
Can I say one more thing?
Sure.
I want to tell y'all our new thing we're giving to
Okay,
y'all,
yes.
if you get our question right. It's called the Father Son Pick'em package.
Yep.
And I came up with it yesterday.
Yep.
Well, Dad had a headache. I was like, "Hey, Dad, do you know of a way to get subscribers?" And I was like, "Make a Father Son Pick'em package."
You said that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I had a headache is when you thought of that?
Yep.
I did have a massive headache yesterday. Okay, so Father Son Pick'em package. Zane came up with this all on his own. He wants us to ask a trivia question, and whoever gets it right will be entered in to win the Father Son Pick'em package. The very first one that we're going to give away is going to be one of Zane's.
A lot of my signed cards.
Yeah, Zane has some cards from him playing baseball and football.
No, wait, football.
Well, we can do baseball too. We have some baseball. But we have some cards of Zane from baseball and football. He's going to sign them.
I already signed them.
He signed them. And if you get the question right, we will pick one lucky winner to win a signed baseball and football card.
Football.
We'll give them both. You have football and baseball.
Okay.
So you'll get a signed card from yours truly right here, co-host of the Father Son Pick'em Pod. Pretty cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we might sneak in some other cool goodies too. You know what I think we should make?
Yeah.
Actually, we're definitely going to do this because I just like to do it anyways. I'm going to make some stickers that look like this. And so we'll give a signed card by Zane and some Father Son Pick'em Pod stickers.
Yeah, can I do one thing before the video ends?
Sure.
You're gonna have to put the camera down for this.
Why?
You'll see.
I'm nervous. I don't think I want to do that.
Okay, ready?
I guess. I'm not ready, but what's going to happen? And we're back. Zane just absolutely obliterated the audio and video setup that we had. So
we're going to do another one.
We almost made it through the entire podcast without that happening. But let's go ahead. Sign us off. Thank you for listening or watching or both to
the Father Son Pick'em Pod.
And we will see you
in the next video.
See you next week. Enjoy college football. Rock on.
Rock on, dudes.
Let's do this.
Oh my gosh, did you see that?